Но в этой подготовке у тебя
Все было
чем
нормально,
отличается? Чем
пока ты не
отличается?
приехал 2 дня назад.
Islam Makhachev didn't just prepare for war, he built a trap, and Jack Della Maddalena might walk straight into it. The fight week energy is different this time. It's quiet. Too quiet, like the moment before lightning hits. Inside Makhachev's camp, every sound matters. The slam of pads, the rhythm of breath, the whisper of control. This isn't hype, this isn't chaos. It's the calm heartbeat of a man who already knows how the story ends.
Yeah, just going in, obviously, I think he's one of the best fighters in the world. I don't look at it as like he's a different weight class. I just look at it as he's coming up to fight me in my weight class. I think it's a tough fight. I definitely think he's one of the best champions at the moment. Obviously, he's vacated the belt, but he's like one of the long reigning champions. So I'm excited. Toughest fight of my career. Feel good. Feel like I got the right game plan now. It's just a matter of putting it together on the night.
Every second in that camp screams one thing: precision. Islam isn't chasing adrenaline, he's mastering discipline. His routine is brutal in its simplicity. Train, recover, focus. He doesn't talk, he doesn't post, he just sharpens. And the result? A man who's no longer fighting opponents, he's dissecting them.
I try and block it out. Sometimes, obviously, it's hard not to see it. I just try and block it out. Everyone has to have an opinion. So yeah, I try not to take too much of it on board.
But here's the curveball. Across the cage, Jack Della Maddalena walks into fight week with the kind of calm that either hides genius or doom. He's not sweating the cameras, he's not flinching at the headlines. When asked about facing Makhachev, he smiled. Calm, cold, certain. He called Islam a legend, but then said something that made everyone in the room pause. Respect doesn't mean fear.
I mean, it was hard, you know, because it was such a rough sport. You get beat up, going home, and my parents are sort of still just learning the sport, and then they sort of see you just come home and get beat up. It's rough, but I still love competing, still love the sport, so just got better from that. But then obviously I had another fight.
So the second loss. What do you think of that?
Same sort of thing. It's like, oh, why am I doing this? Just like, but still love the sport, love training, and then my coaches also wanted me to give more, so he kept pushing me, and but then just got like a win, and then just kept training, kept getting wins together.
That one line set the internet on fire, because when a striker like JDM says he's not afraid of a grappling juggernaut like Makhachev, it's either delusion or destiny. And trust me, the truth will unfold when that cage door closes. But stay locked in, because what happens behind closed doors in Makhachev's camp next will make you question everything you thought you knew about his preparation.
Yeah, listen, so I fully recognize how good JDM is. He's obviously got great boxing. He's big, he can grapple as well. And he seemingly has great cardio. And we just watched him and Belal Muhammad get after it. Belal did get 3 takedowns. Belal stayed in his face, but Belal did not win that fight because JDM stayed composed, dotted him up. On one hand, this could be more of that. On the other hand, I think Islam is a different beast. I think we have seen Islam with dog in him, like the Dustin Poirier fight, like the first Alexander Volkanovski fight. We've seen Islam not have an easy go at it and still push through and still make it happen. So I do think Islam will get the takedowns, because when Islam takes you down, it is very different when Belal Muhammad takes you down. Bilal's got good control, but Islam just has next level control, and he will look for submissions, and he stays busy. My only concern for Islam is actually his cardio.
Jack admits the attention is overwhelming. The media can be a storm, headlines, predictions, comparisons. Yet he doesn't flinch. He says it's all just noise, and noise can't touch a man who's already at peace with the chaos. He's tuned out the world, locked into his grind, and as he put it, pressure doesn't exist when you know what you're built for.
I think his cardio is a little overrated. I think if you're in a fight with Dustin Poirier and you're that exhausted and it's coming down to the 5th round and everybody's a bloody mess, it's actually a little, and I'm not trying to shade Dustin here because I understand what an absolute dog he is. It was actually a little like, I can't believe this went this long. And even in that first Alexander Volkanovski fight, he went to hell and back, and I'm not taking anything away from Volk, but it didn't seem like Islam was as fresh as he should have been. And granted, that was at 155. The dude's tremendous, cutting insane weight. So I am curious to see what the cardio looks like. But the cardio is actually my only concern here. I think skill-wise, he's totally fine. I think the wrestling is great. The control is great. I am worried that maybe he's carrying around all this extra weight and the cardio might not be there.
But rewind the clock. Before the lights, before the fans, Jack Della Maddalena was just another kid losing fights and wondering if he'd ever make it. He's been there. The nights where confidence crumbles, the mornings where you question your purpose. He lost early, he suffered, and instead of breaking, he hardened. Those losses didn't destroy him, they rewired him.
It's coming up real fast, a couple of weeks, about 2 more weeks. And we're gonna have the biggest fight of the year, champion versus champion, lightweight champion. Islam Makhachev, who's on a tear. I think he's on a 15-fight win streak. I think he's 1 fight away from tying Anderson Silva's epic 16-fight win streak. So he could become the double champ, the first ever lightweight to move up to welterweight, hold 2 belts at once, and also tie for the longest win streak in UFC history. This is it, guys. This is a big moment. I'm going to tell you guys right away, I'm picking Islam Makhachev. Now, this is no easy fight. I don't want to make this sound like it's going to be an easy fight, but I want to give you guys my pick.
Now he's here, at the edge of greatness, facing the most complete fighter in MMA, and the story writes itself. The technician versus the striker, the control artist versus the knockout craftsman.
Why am I picking Islam Makhachev? Here's the thing. We've seen plenty of Islam. We've seen him fight. We've seen him be in hard fights. Like the Dustin Poirier fight was not an easy fight. That was not an easy fight. Dustin put up a real battle. And he's very similar to JDM in the sense that he's very heavy boxing. Now, of course, their boxing style is very different. But Islam Makhachev has dealt with this type of problem before. A very slick boxer who wants to keep him at distance and punish him with the hands. Dustin Poirier tried it. And actually, Dustin Poirier did really well. Now imagine Dustin Poirier was a little bit bigger.
Meanwhile, inside Makhachev's camp, things are evolving. Khabib Nurmagomedov has returned, not as a coach, but as a commander. You can feel it in the air. Islam doesn't just train under Khabib, he absorbs him. Every word, every drill, every ounce of pressure. Together, they're sculpting perfection, 1 takedown at a time.
And JDM, you could say, is a little bit more careful than Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier is the type of guy who's going to get more into a blood and guts fight than JDM. Now, JDM has gotten into plenty of bloody battles, but I would say he's more surgical. JDM is the type of guy, he's going to beat you sometimes. He could beat you with 1,000 paper cuts. Not to say he doesn't turn it on when he needs to, but you'll notice JDM, when he's punching, he's just tapping you. He's just tapping you. He's not pulling all his power into it. He's not pulling all his might. He's not swinging it from behind. He's not telegraphing. He's not ducking and chucking. No. He's dabbing you. Dab, dab. He's chipping away at you. Chip, chip, chip. It takes a lot of discipline to punch that way. That punching style makes it harder to grab onto you.
But here's where things get spicy. MMA analyst Angelo Bedetti dropped a truth bomb that has fans nervous. Islam's wrestling is untouchable, but his cardio might not be. He said it flat out. At a higher weight, endurance becomes the battlefield. If the fight goes deep, the tide could turn. If the fight goes deep, the tide could turn.
I think Islam this is the perfect weight class for him. He's still going to struggle a tiny bit with the cut, but nowhere near the 55. I want people to understand, these guys would start cutting weight their last 2 weeks just to make 55. They're dieting down. They're doing Epsom salt bath. Like on the Monday before the fight, they start doing Epsom salt baths then.
That's crazy to do it that early.
They're doing it that early.
So they're just dehydrated for a week?
They're just dehydrating themselves, and then what they do is they eat a little bit, they drink a little bit.
That's massive, because if Jack can survive the early rounds, if he can drag Islam into the late fight storm, things could get ugly. And Belal Muhammad, the man who's trained with Islam and fought Jack, agrees, kind of.
And they lose another pound or two, they eat a little bit, drink a little bit, lose another pound or two. Like, they just do it in days, so it doesn't affect them as much throughout the week. It's just a whole week of being miserable. Jeez. Whereas fighters, the rest of us fighters are like, no, I'm gonna diet a little bit or whatever, kind of train whatever my weight.
Yeah, you cut out salt a couple weeks out, and you eat clean, and then water load and ditch it.
Yeah, you water load Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday you're cutting weight a little bit. Thursday, you're really cutting, like there's no more water intake, and then Friday you make the weight.
Bilal said, if it hits the ground, Jack's in deep trouble, no hesitation. He described Islam's top game as a death trap. Every inch you give him, he turns into a choke. Every mistake, a submission. But then came the twist. Bilal warned that Jack's chaos might be Islam's blind spot. Jack doesn't fight like normal guys. He scrambles wild, sometimes stupid, but that chaos, it breaks patterns. It breaks control. So what happens when Islam's discipline meets Jack's destruction? That's the fight, order versus chaos. And right now, it's anyone's storm to survive. But here's your reason to keep watching, because when Coach Firas Zahabi broke his silence, he called this fight something more than a title shot. He said it's a pivotal moment in UFC history. Two fighters at their peaks, each representing an era. Zahabi believes if Islam wins here, he officially cements himself as one of the greatest mixed martial artists alive. And he's not wrong. Islam's evolution is scary. He's fought tactical boxers, brutal wrestlers, and explosive strikers, and adapted to each. Zahabi said, Jack's precision is dangerous, but Islam's patience is deadlier. Because while Jack looks for openings, Islam creates them. He traps you without you realizing it. Every jab, every feint, every grip, it's all part of a plan 3 moves ahead. And if that wasn't enough, Josh Thompson came in swinging with a game changer. He said Islam's move up in weight might be the smartest decision of his career. No brutal weight cuts, no soul-draining dehydration. He's entering this fight strong, full, and focused. Fighters who don't cut dangerously deep, they recover faster, react quicker, hit harder. Thompson believes this version of Islam might be the most dangerous yet. But wait, this story gets deeper. Because Islam's final training with Khabib wasn't just about technique, it was about legacy. They drilled transitions like clockwork, worked positions until exhaustion, and in those final rounds, something changed. Islam wasn't just following Khabib's lead anymore, he was matching it. And if that doesn't send chills down your spine, listen to what Shiel CNN, a man who once clashed with Islam online, just said. We disagreed on Twitter last year, but I've never stopped respecting him. He's built differently. I think he belongs at 170 permanently. He'll fight happier, stronger, and freer. That's huge, because if Islam looks unbeatable at welterweight, this could mark the start of something historic, a 2-division reign. Daniel Cormier took it one step further. He said, this fight isn't about belts anymore, it's about legacy. Fighting in Madison Square Garden, he said, changes you. Cormier remembers defending his heavyweight title there in 2018. It's energy you can't fake. It's where legends are made, and he's right. Madison Square Garden isn't just an arena, it's a stage where history bleeds into the mat, and that's exactly what's about to happen. Islam's camp looks like destiny in motion. Every spar, every moment, every repetition, it's all synchronized chaos. Jack's camp, on the other hand, feels like defiance incarnate. A man who refuses to be tamed, stepping into the storm with nothing to lose and everything to prove. This isn't just a fight, it's a collision of belief systems. One built on faith and structure, the other on rebellion and grit. So let's end this with the only question that matters. Who controls the chaos? Does Islam Makhachev stand tall as the architect of order, carving his name deeper into history? Or does Jack Della Maddalena shock the world, tear the script apart, and rewrite destiny inside Madison Square Garden? Because when that cage door closes, only one truth survives, and the other gets buried in silence.